two things come to mind with that. It's something you said in the first portion of podcast we talked about was the barrel method, that barrel mode that fills up with toxins, right? So you can have something in your body that may be perceived as a toxin that is implanted into you, and your body can compensate. It hasn't yet overflowed.
Yep.
But then it is a decade later, let's say, and you've just been living in more in the the toxicity gets to that point, and then the barrel tips, and then boom, oh my goodness, I'm really sick. And what could it be? And it's a lot of things, but that could have a big influence on it. And number two is something most people don't know is the amount of chemicals in breast implants.
So much.
I mean, you said heavy metals, there's benzene, there's like there's all of these things. How is it that we're allowed, like you didn't know that when you had your implants?
No idea.
No one mentioned, hey, there's other things.
Nope.
And you say there's a black box, notice now on it, but I still know people recently that have had it that would completely probably dispute this and say, I was never told it, so it can't be. What would you say?
Just because you were never told doesn't mean it can't be. I mean, that's silly. It's
silly, but we still have this trust in doctors and medicine to inform us if something may be, like you said, what's the worst? It could be nipple desensitization, not being able to breastfeed. That's it, Danielle. That's where they stop.
Years old, we're good. Yeah.
Yes. And you're doing it at such a young age. Of course, you wouldn't be looking ahead that far to these things. But when you talk about heavy metals, when you talk about all these chemical compounds that are in it that you're going to place inside you for the rest of your life, you're thinking, that's where I would think, hey, you got to sign off on that. And people really have to understand what that means, because yes, right away, maybe you won't notice anything. But over the years, that's just toxins sitting in you. So what do you think do you think it's first off just the cosmetic surgery kind of industry being like, these make us a lot of money, that, there's nothing supporting this in long-term studies sort of thing. And then bashing doctors like the ones you went to, right? And saying, no, she's a quack, right? Put her on quack watch for this.
She's been called a quack. The minute I knew she was called a quack, I'm like, she's my doctor.
Well, I always said, if you want to find a good doctor, go to quackwatch.com, right? That's the only, you don't go to ZocDoc. Like, no, I'm sorry. And I'm sure good doctors are on there. I'm just saying, you want a really good doctor that understands holistic and could actually get at the root cause, go to Quackwatch, right? But, I'm getting at this point of, are we as, again, a medical industry, plastic surgery, just putting, our kind of the results and the money first over long-term health by completely sort of ignoring or not even acknowledging that there are these big complications and chemicals found in these?
1,000%. And, a lot of people, I tell people, just do your own research. And I said the research does not include talking to your doctor who put them in, because some of them just don't know. Just like Western medicine doctors, with vaccines and with other things, they are literally not taught anything. They're just told this is the schedule. The same thing with nutrition. They're not taught that. I've had my dad went through cancer, and the doctor's like, it doesn't matter what you eat. It's not going to change anything. Really? It doesn't matter what you put in your body. So a lot of them don't know. And also a lot of them, I would say, they don't really care because they are making money. They are doing their thing. But there are studies. There is literally a black box warning that has to be on them now stating it causes cancer. So, and how are we in a society so programmed? Listen, I was there too, but so programmed that we're putting sex in our body and we're thinking that that is okay. We're putting an object in our body filled with chemicals in your lymph nodes. Where do your lymph nodes gather? Your groin, around your breast. You have the most lymph nodes under your armpit. Where is this going? Sitting on your heart chakra, right? I mean, and here's the thing, your body, because your body knows it's a foreign object, your body forms a capsule around it. So when people get them out, you need to make sure that the doctor takes out the capsule. If they say, oh, you don't need to, don't go to that doctor. You need to take out the capsule, because the capsule has all the crap in it, because your body knows this is a foreign object. So right away, your body out forms and it has a capsule. You can see any explant, they have the capsule sitting there and then they have the explant. Your body is smart, so it forms it around there. But on my right implant, where, my mom said to me years ago, she had a dream. She's like, there's a problem with your right implant. And I ignored her. I was like, it's fine. Because again, I wasn't ready to deal with it. Right. And they took out my implants, and on the right side, my right side was calcified. That means, and I still have them. If I was home, I would show it on camera, but I'm not. I'm traveling right now. The right side, it was like, it felt like sand because everything was leaching out inside of it. That was leaching into my body. So even if they're not leaking, you still have a foreign object in your body that your immune system is taking energy and using it for. So right away, my body was using 80% of its energy just to survive. So I'm good with my implant. So then Lyme comes along. You think I had 20% left of my immune system to do anything. So then it was like, and Lyme is stronger than 20%, let's say. So it's like, you got to give yourself a chance. And people have, you have digestive problems, you have inflammation, you have brain fog, you have memory loss. People have some neurological stuff happening with implants, and people don't understand until they take it out and they're like, I literally feel like a different person. But we get used to feeling like shit for a while. I got used to it for so long that I didn't even know. And then it just got to a point where my body was like, we can't actually do this anymore at all.
I was going to say, that's the boiling frog, right? You slowly, you don't even realize you're getting worse and worse over time. And that becomes your new norm until you take it out. And oh my God, it's such a difference there.